I have a huge amount of data entry to deal with. What exactly is going on? Right now, I'm trying to get all the information I need set for the hero itself, which also affects the NPCs in exactly the same way. This is for the drawing of the hero. Originally I used a bunch of if and else kinds of statements, but that system was rather messy, and since there's so many different variations, like literally 1,600 total to deal with, yeah, I need to definitely have a better setup, and that's exactly what I got right now. Here's the actual function where I'm actually setting the values, which also includes a setting for the ID here, which is a local variable. It's that way it's checking to make sure that the array is not going out of bounds, because if it goes over, I will end up having a breakpoint trigger at that point, and I can just simply reset the array. Otherwise the function will just simply terminate. So, what's all the data? As this indicates, I have a draw location, I have a source location, and I have a size. This is the X offset location, the Y offset, the source, which is right this one here for this example. We've got the source X, the source Y, that's where it is in the sprite sheet itself. And of course I also got the draw size, which is exactly how big of an area to draw. The offsets are actually a little different. To explain that, I have everything linked to the torso because everything is all pretty much coming from the torso, with a few odd exceptions, for which most of that's from the head, where in that case, once I get the head, I just simply set the link with that, and then I just offset from there. But for the facing right situation, which is where I'm at now, this part right here is the torso itself. Everything starts at this very corner. This is 0, 0. So I'm adding 0 and adding 0. No change. So for the torso, it's always going to be lined up like that. And what's this about the other offset stuff? Like, okay, for example, this one is 2 left. So if I add -2, this would actually be a -2 that I'd be putting in for the data. So that way it shifts left by 2 when I set the draw 2 location relative to the torso itself. And it's based on the top right here, because that's always the 0 position. So in that case, that would actually be a 13. And as far as the size goes, well, robe. Right now I'm working on the walk, run, and sprint. This is the robe itself. This is the dress. This is pants, capris, and then I have the shorts up above. So let's see. For example, for what I'm working, this is run 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10. For run 0, I have this one right here. Notice how it says 15 by 11. I don't know if you can see that, so scroll that better. So I measure this, that's 15 by 11. I know exactly what that size is. And it just so happens 15 by 11 is exactly what I got here. 12 by 13 for the next frame. Missed a little bit there. And what do you know? It is exactly at 12 by 13. And what about this offset? Remember that 0 point right there? Measure down to the very edge of that, and I see that it's 13 down. And what do you know? 13 down. So, and as far as the sprite sheet location aspect goes, well, care to go try finding stuff in all this? Yeah, what a mess all this is. And I'm actually not even sure if I even have everything. What is all this? Well, it's called a sprite sheet because that's all the various sprites or the pieces that make up everything. Like all this is for the katana over here. I believe these are for the sword. That's hair for looking down. These are the fireballs for the first or the second and third tier spells. These are the radiative effects for the fourth tier spells. This is part of the jets for the first tier spells. I got some shields here, various hairstyles up here. I got so much stuff on here. This is for charging up spells. This is also charging up spells. Some of its arms, some of its legs. I got everything, even crowns and for the royalty. And over here, of course, I have all the various spell icons for the menus. I got the icons for the weapons in the menus, the armors and all the accessories. And of course, that's not really an accessory. That's for the spell charging effect. Bubbles for when you're in that wet stuff. Got all the various springs that you may have seen in action. Got the damage pop-ups over here. You got your familiar keys here that you've seen before. And of course, all this is actually not really that for a background color. Some of it's got a black background, like for all these menu elements. But a lot of these actually have transparency. Of course, finding all this stuff is kind of a bit of a pain to do because some of it is a bit scattered. However, with the way I have things set up, like I just want just the HP MP balls and money items. Well, I just hide everything except for that. What do you know? There it all is. If I want stuff involving the fluids, here's all the splashes, the balls, the bubbles, another bubble size. If I want all the status effects for the menus, I can just filter out accordingly. Makes things a lot easier to find. Of course, Control Z to bring everything back. So, let's get on with the data entry, just to explain how all that works. Of course, I don't really need to be in exactly the same spot, but okay. I'm working this one right now. I need the robe and not the dress. That would be this one here. I start from that very edge, the left or the top, and then I go to the very left edge of the source, because the left is always position 0 and the top is always position 0. I'm looking for offsets. In this case, I have a 7 here. So what I do is I go to where the data is itself, the robe, that's frame 0 that I just did, and I put a 7. Right now, I actually don't put the negative sign in just yet because there's a little shortcut I use. That's 4. That's 4. And that's 3. And now I put the negatives in. See how I can do that so much faster like that? And of course I got some notes here as well. Since left and right are exactly matched, if you look at this closely, if this was actually the part right there for the left and right split, notice how it's exactly the same. That's why I put those notes in there, and I also pre-filled the exact information. 558, 316. That would be pretty close to over here. 558. Ah, that's this right here. Doesn't that look like a familiar shape? Put it in that corner. There's that 558 by 316. In case you're wondering how all that is. That's for phase 3. Right now I'm working phase 2. Phase 1 originally only just had these 3 figures set, because the Y position is always the same, as I think I might have explained earlier. Notice how it's got the 13 here, and then I swift over to the other side, and I got 13s over there, all exactly the same. Yep, very simple that. And of course the sizes are always the same too. But in this case, that's a special case where it's always exactly the same. So let's go put all those in. Look down is this one right here for the robe. That's a 3. Since these are kind of scattered, I put it in automatically. Break, let's see, because the robe actually has something different for break, because the legs are both up in front instead of out like this, because if you notice the leg here is exactly the same as the leg right here for run 9, which if you look at the break action, where are you? Notice how I have same as run 9 for that one, but I don't for that. It's exactly the same thing. That's because the legs are up in front, and the robe, if you look at it, actually has kind of an opening at the bottom area. Right in here, just for example. Although there is supposed to be the royal lace here. I don't know why it's not there. But I know I got it copied over, so I'm not worried about missing that. I missed out on a lot of the royal stuff. So for break, that is this one here. I see 4. Duck is the same as look down, so just copy that. Fall, that one is this here, I believe. Nope, not that one. It's this one. Yeah, just look up above and I can see. So that would be a 2, just for reference. And it's left, so it's negative. Same as run 7. This is 10, 9, 8, 7, so I copy that 3. Squat is a different one. And I see that that one is this here. Oop, wrong one, that's dress. That's 2. Glide I already pre-filled, so that way I don't have to scroll up all the time to check. Sit and horseback are exclusive to the story, but I still got to have them. Let's see, those both start at 0 because they're exactly on. And that concludes that one. And now for the royal. I think I see what's going on. I don't have that visible because I didn't put the layer on as visible. But that aside, I need to go through and do the same stuff again. 7, 4, 4, 3. Switch to this. I don't know if I got anything else. I got a bunch of 2s here that I can just eyeball. If I'm not sure, measure it. That's 3. Oh, it's actually copying. So 3, 4, 4, 7. So quick that. And stand is the same as run 5, which is this one here. It's got that -2. Hit 2 buttons at once. Look down is this one here. 3. Look up is the same as stand. Break is same as run 9. I'm not sure about that. I think I feel something is off. 4. Hit 2 buttons again. Where are you? Oh, they're both 4s. I'm going to clear that out so it doesn't cause confusion again. Because basically the royal is the same as the robe, but it's also got the like garland around it. Right now I just have the pink as a temporary placeholder cover sort of thing. So, duck. Same as look down, I didn't catch that. 3, run 4, so this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's -2. Fall is different. That's this one here. That's a -2. I can eyeball that. Run 7. So it's 10, 9, 8, 7. Squat is this here. No. It's this one. 4. Always look up just to make sure. And I did not set that one. Let's see. And I don't think I even have the stuff on that one either. Let's see. That's basically the same as stand. Where's my stand? That's this right here. Stand has the 13. It goes up by 3. So it's from the torso joining the head. 16 is what I measure. So I take that same measurement, go 16 this way, then I start from that 0 point, remember the left side, that would be 3 that way. So that's what I put in for that. And being left, it's negative. Boredom is the same as stand. And some reason, something about this doesn't make sense. 13 for down on that. So I think I just copied it and didn't update. Start from there. Yeah, that's 16s almost all the way through. Except for those ones where it's different. Yeah, I need to go by and fix all that. Yeah, I can do that pretty fast. Those would be 16s. How many do I got of that? Something's off. Oh, there's another 16. I see what's going on. Another one of those, because there's 5 of these that are down by that one. Stand would be basically this, so it's another 17. I wonder if I have that up on the other one for looking for the left facing. I'm going to go check that. So look down. I'm going to go set Y positions. That would be a 15. It's basically just 13 plus the difference. That's a look down. Break has that 3, so it's 16. Look up is the same as stand. Run 4. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a 17. Fall. That's this right here. I see 3, so that means it's a 16. Damage is the same as run 7. 10, 9, 8, 7. So that's a 17. Squat. That's got the 3. Make sure that's the right phrase. 16. Glide. It would be basically like that. Yeah, I got it here. So that would be down by 1. And boredom start is the same as stand. And of course the sit and horseback. Those are both solid 13, so those are correct. And because I made a big change, because I have a fix here, I'm going to temporarily copy this. And I'm going to go to that same section. Which one is this? This is stage 2.6 at the end. So it'd be 1.6. You can see I got a huge amount of data in here. So that would be this. Yep, exactly the same problem here. Comment that out temporarily so I can copy it. And then I got 3 16s, 3 of those, 17, 15, 17, 16, 15, 17, 16, 17, 16, skip that one, 17, 13, 13. Yep. Using the keyboard I can do that so much faster. Don't need that anymore. Go back to where I was. Oh, that's a different section. Where is it? That's 211. Okay, I'm right in here now. So, fix made. Save, and back to what I was trying to do earlier. This one is sit. That's 7 right, and 8. And that otherwise ends up completing the royal set. Now I go at the head, which the head initially is linked to the torso. So I will start here. It's at 0, and I see it's a 9 up. Of course, that one's for glide. Okay, for glide, what are you? For facing right, torso edge right there. Just need to reference the top, that's a 4. Oh wait, I need to reference the left side. That's why I'm confused about the shirts thing there. Okay, go to the edge of that, and that's 13. Where are you? 13 for that. Look up is this one here. That's 4. Look down is a 2. And because the head has almost no variation at all, I just simply have only the required variance and then just simple if statements from there, if else statements, that is. But let's just say I'm working on phase 3. Let's just say, just so you can get an idea what I'm looking for. Okay, this is the head for look down, and glide and look down both use exactly the same image for the head. If you notice, this here exactly matches this here. So where is that on the sprite sheet? Well, let's go find it. I might find it real quick like this, but let's say I don't know exactly where it is. So I go into my main section here, head and torso main. Now I can filter that out. Remember how I was measuring the torso here? Yep, that's exactly it. For the look down facing right, I have this. That is 8 by 9 that I just measured. So switch over to this. Where are you? Oh, I'm not after size, I'm after location. I see 945 by 13. And look down is exactly the same. Look up, that's this one here. That would be for right, and remember the overlap. Of course I missed here, that doesn't help any. Note the location, 715 by 203. And all other actions, let's see. With that all filtered out, it makes it so much easier to find. I'm doing this only just so you can see it, because otherwise I'm having to crop a huge amount. 630, 242. And that actually fully completes the head for the facing right. But that's just the basic idea on how I have all this set up and going. And of course, if I need to get anything back, I just Control Z my way out. And on to the next stage. Let's see, that would be the torso, which by definition has to be 0. I could probably fill this in. Source X. I already had that filled in. So that would be this right over here. And that's for glide. I don't want glide. And it should be that one. 825 by 90. I already got the 90 pre-filled. Was that 825? Yep, okay, just making sure. And then of course the other one. Oh, that is for glide. We'll just do that then. Cheat. 740. Something is off here. 90. I got these two switched around. Because glide is the one that's level, so that's 740. Okay, gotta be watchful of that. And because of that switch around, I probably have that set up there, so it's stage 19 equivalent. 90 and 173. Where are you at? Okay, that's for the glide. First thing, that's, yep, it swapped around just as I thought. And you might notice I got logging right in here as well, where I'm logging the spans and the starting points as well. That's actually for the drawing part, where I could just simply add offsets as needed. Like, if facing right, add the right facing offset. If I'm working, let's just say, the torso shirt, I just simply add the torso shirt offset. And I also got the span here because I've already covered that. Because glide and the other actions have, glide is separate from the other actions because it's horizontal. So, well, let's say I'm working the hair. I have the hair split up into two pieces instead. And as a consequence, I got like a left side and a right side for the same one, but I got all 15 styles. There's a 16th one, bald, but of course there's, bald means no hair, so there's simply no draw, so there's no data for it. Simply skip that. And since I got all the hair set, I just simply log the span from the start to where it is now. You can see how I got this all nicely simplified, as best as I possibly can. So anyway, this video was created by Ulillillia. Thank you for watching.